Welcome back, everyone. We are on game number 4 here for the BTS Pro Series Americas edition. And Kips and I are joking. We're at the Hotel California. You can check in, but you ain't leaving, baby. You got to stay here, watch all these games, go on one hell of an emotional roller coaster of a ride, and then find out at the end of the day, they didn't use the glyph. They didn't use the glyph. But it's a new game. Everybody takes a good deep breath in and let it out. And this is the chance for CR4ZY to win another game instead of throwing away their lead here.
The most incredible thing to me is that they threw both of these games twice. First in the mid-game, giving away a solid lead through overconfident and sloppy plays, and then secondly, screwing themselves out of the incredible comeback twice in a row. We could have had a 3-0 CR4ZY right now with either 3 clean tempo wins or maybe one of these incredible comeback adventures in it, but I can't believe they managed to do it twice in a row. And they're still joking about it, by the way. They were making glyph jokes in the lobby.
But that's good. You want to see them making these jokes because it means that they're not like so bogged down with like, oh my god, you know, we just did this twice and went like, you want to make sure that you can laugh about it, you want to be moving forward, and you want to think on your next plan here because, you know, they're playing out of their minds. The CR4ZY boys are just, they look so good except for these little hiccups that they keep making. It's you know, we joke about Thunder Predator and Minos throwing, but this is a whole other level here right now, honestly, folks.
This is impressive.
This is next level. The next level play, so to speak. But,
Moon Meander, Earth Spirit.
He's getting his Earth Spirit. He's going to have a good time rolling around. Might not necessarily land all those rolls, but he's going to get some stuff done. And Quincy crew, interestingly enough, they pick up the Phoenix right away. So that implies that they want to do some big team fighting, it seems. And not the strongest laner either with the Phoenix early on, so they can punish this depending on where they decide to put it.
Yep. And now the question is here, does Quincy crew want to play the Terrorblade again? Because they've gotten away with it twice.
I mean, they've saying
gotten away with.
But not necessarily the way they wanted to win with it. No. But, I mean, it has worked out. I'm sure Yuar would be very happy to get his Faceless Void at some point, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing. With the Phoenix pickup, though, there is a possibility of that. Exactly. So we'll see, what do they pick up? They go for the Treant this time. So they've had enough of Owie trolling them by running back and forth and blinking and putting out the Nature's Grasps and putting Eyes in the Forest and everything. They've had enough of that. And I swear to God, Owie, if you pick techies this game... Swear to God, my neighbors hate me right now. I normally do not cast this late, and if I do, it's a lot quieter, but these games have just been so incredibly hype. There's no way that I can do this quietly. No way. So what's the next pick? CR4ZY. All right, going back to comfort picks, because this could be the last game for CR4ZY.
Incredibly enough.
Somehow, even though they should have technically won 3 games by now, this could be their last game. So, you know, go back to, it's okay, Kips. It's going to be okay. We're going to make it through this.
I'm good. I just needed, you know, a little moment of quiet and darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. But yeah, you know, the one thing that CR4ZY can be very proud of is that they are putting on one hell of a fight. They're looking good. Yes, they made a mistake. They've made a couple mistakes now, but they're showing that they have Quincy crew's number for the most part. It's just these tiny little cracks in the armor that keep popping up for whatever reason. But they're going back to basics again. Like we said, they get the Venomancer, they've got the Earth Spirit. This is not going to be super fun for any sort of melee core to have to deal with the Venomancer. CR4ZY plays this very well, so you've got options. They do ban out the Terrorblade, and on the flip side of that, they don't want to see that Arc Warden. They don't want to have to deal. It's not even cheese at this point, right? But the last thing I can see is just like HFN putting a bubble down on the no more bubbles. I'm done with bubbles. Okay, HFN's not allowed to have any more bubbles throughout this entire tournament. I'm done. Anyways, deep breath.
5 seconds
remaining.
Let's see. Quincy crew once again investing really heavily in the team fight here. This support duo is nice for the fights, but especially if you want to play a more pick-off oriented game, you don't have any disables on your supports. It's very hard. And CR4ZY could very well put together a lineup that can just disengage from these two ultimates if they so desire. That said, they have been looking like they want to take the fight to Quincy Crew, so who knows? Right now, Nature's Prophet out, none of that flex pick either.
I think the scary thing you have to consider right now is you look at the supports on Quincy Crew. Now look at the fact that Moon Meander has his Earth Spirit. How does Moon Meander like to play his Earth Spirit? Extremely aggressive. So you've got to have ways to protect your cores, to protect everyone, because they're going to pair him up with something very aggressive coming out for Brile. I bet you 100%.
Yes. So we're going to have to see if this Phoenix Treant Protector can heal through that, because that's the other thing that these two do very well. And I'm a little bit... I shouldn't even say disappointed in Quincy Crew. At some point a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I said, hey, Quincy, you can play tempo again with these guys. You can see if you can break it. But they have found out that Crazy can do that just fine all by themselves. So I don't blame them one bit for grabbing a very defensive duo here that's going to be very hard for Crazy to run into. And it's very possible that those cracks that they showed might just break them up once more.
We'll have to see, but lots of very targeted bans coming out, things that they don't want to have to deal with. Again, this is getting late for a lot of these guys. Very late for poor KZU, of course. He's also, I think he's in the same time zone as you, Kips?
He is like German, right?
Yes.
So he's one over.
God, I hate this hero. All right, but good harass. I'll be able to take decent team fights against the Phoenix and the Treant Protector. I hate Silencer. This is great. All right, awesome. Thanks, Crazy.
I like this pick here. I wasn't about to suggest it just because a lot of teams won't actually go this deep with the counter pick. But at the same time, yeah, if they want to run in against Phoenix Treant, this is the way to do it. You locate them, you press R on your silencer, and then you get a couple of seconds to do whatever you want.
But where's the lockdown, Kips? For Crazy. Because let's face it, stuns help you win the game.
They do.
And that's not a stun either. That's a life stealer.
It isn't, but they have a very good vessel for him to support him, to cart him around in the Earth Spirit. And yeah, it's going to have to be a super active Brawl hero once more.
Depending on how active... we have a lot of opportunities, though, where they can play this as a life stealer bombs, right? You've got an Earth Spirit who can roll on in. Whatever Brawl's playing, most likely is going to be extremely mobile. So that'll also give them the opportunity. But with a Morphling, that's going to be able to kite, and they're fairly squishy on the side of Crazy. And Lelis is one hell of a Legion commander. This guy was racking up duels left and right yesterday. You saw him. What do we have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I can't even. But it was very, very aggressive. It was making all the right moves. So you pair him up with one other person. In fact, hey, there's a Void Spirit available.
Hopefully not for long. I think either team wants that hero too much to keep it available right now. Either for Crazy with the jumps as well as just a silence into that Morphling. Possibility of a double silence.
No, never mind. I'm so sorry. The Void Spirit has been taken out. My bad. It was the first ban over on the side of Crazy. Oh, boy. Yep, tired. All right.
See, so normally I would have corrected you, but my can of Monster is precisely in front of my other monitor, so I can't see.
Got it. Nope, that's my bad, guys. I made a mistake.
You see me do this?
So what else?
Looking past the can.
What else can we see, though, for, being very, very mobile? You can always grab something like a Puck. I don't really love that for the side of Crazy, but it could potentially work on the side of Quincy Crew, right? You've got enough burst damage. Lelis is going to have infinite scaling. These are both infinite scaling drafts, technically, right? You've got a Silencer scaling in. You've got Lelis who's going to be able to get dual damage. You could also see something of an Ember Spirit if you want. What else? I do like that they banned out the Bat Rider there, although I don't think they necessarily needed to, and you have definitely ban out Quinn's Death Prophet.
Silencer Bat Rider is such a classic combination where you get given absolutely no option to do anything against the lasso. So I can see how they'd consider that a big threat.
That's true. What's the Quinn hero here? Need a Quinn hero? We need a Brile hero, unless... No, that's definitely a support silencer. Ah, Bryle.
Dire team ban.
Could see something.
A Pango maybe for some team fight?
Could see the Pango, yeah.
I haven't
Kunkka
seen much
also
Monkey.
still in the
Oh,
pool.
Kunkka. Kunkka could be really, really good for Quincy Crew, actually, having that
Mm-hmm.
boat. Going in with all the other
10
combinations.
seconds remaining.
It's a lane dominator, too. Maybe not Leshrek.
5 seconds remaining.
Either team could run with a Leshrek as well.
Yeah, it's banned out, though. Not going to be a problem. And the Ember does get banned out. They're not going to let Quinn have that, so... The Kunkka, I like the Kunkka, frankly. I think that would work very well for Quincy here. I mean, it's, again, putting a lot of pressure on Yawar to be able to get all that damage, but you do have a lot of options with the Legion Commander flying around there. Eventually, getting that blink being your initiator, and you do have follow-up initiation, which I also like coming out from the side of Quincy Crew. Whereas Crazy's a little bit more difficult, right? You're going to have Moon rolling on through. You'll have the silencer with the global silence, but you need something else. So they go for the Wind Ranger. Okay,
Whoop,
not bad.
Storm Spirit.
I don't.
Neither of them.
Storm is garbage right now, though. No, they're so tanky. Like with the. I don't like the Storm.
Wind Ranger can die. I like the Quap more as well. The only problem is, of course, once again, the Treant route. And she doesn't like getting jeweled either. But at the same time, if you want something... The only other option, if you want something sturdier, it's going to be a DK. And you do the same old thing where you take down a couple of towers, you get a Blink Dagger with that, and then you're an initiator from that moment on. I think that's probably my most favorite scenario here. Beefs up your front line, gets you tower push that this lineup really needs as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say that, or like you could potentially pick up a Monkey King, being able to drop the Wukong's ultimate, like when everything else comes down, so people want to run away from it, but that doesn't help you with your tower push, really. You've then just put all of that pressure on Venomancer and eventually for the Lifestealer. This is like such a not feeling like a crazy draft, though, at the same time. Like Quincy Crew, I see them play these heroes, these make sense to me, but...
It's a silencer.
I just hate Silencer, but also Lifestealer's not that great either right now. Like he's like B tier, honestly. There's so many better heroes, but a lot of them are banned out at this point.
Yes.
So, and you're dealing with Phoenix Spirits and whatnot.
I thought that about the Juggernaut, and HFM made him work. There is Zeus. Okay.
One time where I'm just like, don't mention Zeus at all. They decide to go for Zeus. Gives you a little bit of burst damage, I suppose. Fairly decent with having, the Legion Commander. Oh god, there's a Legion Commander. He's gonna get dueled.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna get shackled. He's gonna get dueled. He's gonna get sunrayed. Sweet baby Bryle. I don't know about this one.
Aoi is going to have to be extremely careful with his use of the silencer. As soon as the global is not there, Quincy Crew can do whatever they want. But at the same time, it might just be enough to protect Bryle. And yeah, the Wind Ranger is not going to have fun against it. Morphling is not going to enjoy it a lot either. Invis detection versus Treant. Ways to win the duel versus Lelis, even if the Zeus isn't actually there. I see the appeal. And there should be enough frontline in front of him. It's just that I'm not sure if Crazy can snowball this one hard enough to actually win it before Yawar gets online once again.
I don't know. And I mean, it could... not going to say that. That's probably too mean. But yeah, Quincy Crew, this draft makes a lot of sense with what they're working with. They've got great ways of, being able to get pickoffs. They've got great team fight. Crazy is just a little bit more difficult to kind of figure out how all these pieces should fit together. You know that there's a plan, but it's just a little bit harder. And there's just there's this comfort in simplicity, right?
Are you describing Aoi's silencer set right now?
He looks dumb.
He does.
All of Silencer's set looks dumb. Wow! Stupid Silencer.
That's not true. But yeah, the cone head is not my favorite.
No.
Anyway, yes, these puzzle pieces, once again, they have a lot of plays to make. They have Kezu on his Venomancer, which hasn't let them down up until this point. He has been so dependable with that. And Quincy crew once again hanging on.
I feel like we have the potential to see Lelis really pop off here this game.
Yes.
I feel it in my bones. My very old, tired bones. God, my neighbors hate me right now.
I could bake him some cookies.
That's true. I could bake some cookies.
Would be nice. Yeah, this is Moon Meander doing the deforestation together with Kazu and his trusty quelling blade. He's been here before.
Yes, he has.
HFN and Lelis just whispering to each other in Brazilian across the walls of this roach pit. Oh,
They
sorry,
are.
Brazilian, excuse me, Portuguese.
Brazilian Portuguese. I'm very bad at Brazilian Portuguese. I've been trying to learn. Oh, I can't get some of these sounds right. And they have so much slang that I can't quite figure out.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Chat.
depending on who you're practicing with, you might only learn to speak Dota in Brazilian Portuguese.
That's possible too.
That's a problem I had with Russian. After a while, I could sort of understand what the in-game comms were about, but if anyone asked me if I wanted bread with my soup, I was like, excuse me?
And that's more important, man. Man, now I want bread and soup. I'm hungry.
Me too, I haven't eaten in like 4 hours.
I know. Oh gosh. Well, we have some delicious Dota to sink our teeth into, at least at the very minimum.
Tri-lane start here from Crazy. Didn't actually expect this to be coming out, but yeah, wanted to pressure Yawar a bit more, and they think that HFN is okay. At least for a little bit.
He's not happy up here, but you know, maybe they can secure something early on. Moon Meander taking a lot of damage though. SVG just punching. I've got a salve though for Moon, he'll be fine. Moon Meander rolling back in again. They want this kill on SVG. They want to make it vulnerable here for Yawar, but they just don't have quite enough. So Aoi says, alright, this is not working. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go join HFN. He's not happy. I gotta take care of my core.
And some extra tangos over with him as well for HFN to borrow. He's going to need 1 or 2 of those.
Feels like it'll be a fairly passive couple minutes for the beginning. No one wants to get too aggressive. Just gonna farm up, get a couple levels.
There's a definite lack of stuns on both lineups, with the most notable exception being the shackle shot over on Quinn in mid, but he's not going to leave that lane for a while.
No, he's not. The nice thing though about Silencer, despite the fact that I hate his guts, is the fact that he does a really nice job being able to harass with those glaives. So definitely taking advantage of this, trying to give HFN the best lane as possible. You are though in the bottom lane is ticking down. He needs some help. Does have the fairy fire though. They'll be able to push back over onto Kazu, who's trying to just keep applying that poison sting. But not quite enough damage just yet.
Towards his pull camp too. Not sure if he has that much time to pull right now though. MSS is going to constantly be on his case.
It definitely feels like it's not an easy lane for HFN to kind of just spend his time here by himself, though he is sitting at level 3, which is nice. Does have a little bit of an advantage, but...
Because he was ditched, it made him grow strong.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need, though. You need to have that little bit of a lane advantage.
It does work out for him here.
It sucks when you don't get the last hits, but that's one thing that HFN's very, very good at, is he'll make sure... Oh gosh, you are finding the kill on Moon Meander. Just getting a little too aggressive here.
Slows from SVG. And yeah, I'd actually like to see Moon at least get this lane back. Try to get a pull off maybe before trying to roam, but he already teleported into mid to refill Ryle's bottle.
Well, there's going to be runes coming up too, and you can see that the Phoenix making his own rotation, trying to make sure that they can keep eyes on this. And of course, Moon Meander down here in the bottom. who's gonna get lucky? Who's gonna get this rune is the question.
It looks like it's going to be a clash as opposed to just luck. Nope.
Nope, it's Quinn. He's got himself. God, we've seen so many double damages. I think it's just because last game it was like every single time. Just trying to go for the courier. Doesn't manage to quite grab it. But is allowing KZ to get some nice levels here, sitting at level 3. And just trying his best to push out this. There's just no trees over here. It's actually really funny. Very naked bottom lane.
Throwing back though.
Going in over onto Bryle. His power shot comes through and they'll find it with a good rotation coming up from MSS Owie, hoping that maybe he can get this kill, but just doesn't have enough damage.
Very unfortunate for Crazy, especially because the level 6 of that Zeus, the threat is so important for both of these side lanes.
5-minute runes are coming up, so you can see HFN crawling his way over. Should be able to go secure that. Moon Meander grabbing the other one. There's going to be one over here for Zeus if he wants. It looks like he doesn't need it, though. Let's have a full bottle. This bottom lane's been very aggressive, but they're not finding these kills. Heizu throwing out the slow waveform forward. The roll in coming out from Moon Meander, but it's too late. Heizu is going to fall.
And you can see that SVG anticipated these lanes to be a lot calmer. He does not actually have any points in the living armor just yet. It's just all trading. He's got Nature's Grasp. He's got Leech Seed. He is not about to let his Morphling get bullied here.
It's going to be very important that Yuar gets these items up quickly. We've seen what happens when Crazy takes it to the late game. And it's pretty scary. Another roll in, though, not quite landing by Moon, so he'll back off. But give him a little fright at the very least.
Yuar might want to take his time, see if he can get any ideas what kind of tempo HFN is going to play for.
HFN right can't go toe-to-toe with Lelis. It's going to be the Icarus dive. Slow down with some of these Flame Spirits. Lelis chasing him down. Doesn't quite have it, though. Oh! The Zeus ultimate coming out. Just trying to dissuade them.
Where's that threat down though?
So, again, he's trying to just man-fight him. He can't man-fight Lelis. Lelis is just life-stealing way too much off of him right now. Bottom lane again, more plays being played onto Moon. He's able to roll away. Oh, very, very close. They're sitting at 30-something hit points.
HFN's getting tipped for trying to go for these man fights, and I have to wonder if Quincy crew will target him a little bit more, just because he has seemed like a bit of a vulnerable party in all of this. Emotionally.
I mean, Dota is very much a mental game as well as a...
There's so much pressure on his shoulders.
There is. It has been a rough 2 games for HFN. A rough 2 games for Crazy in general.
Rough 2 games for everyone, including the viewers.
Including the viewers. I'm sure they're just, what is happening the entire time? Can't say I blame them. MSS, though, over here. Bryle. He's guessing. There's somebody over here. Quinn, though, diving behind. Does have the focus fire. There's the Icarus dive, too, and he's got to be careful he doesn't set it up. The roll forward, though, coming out from Moon Meander isn't enough to save Bryle as he just gets dove behind the tier 1.
You don't even need the shackles.
No shackles required. Oh boy. Alright. Well, HFN needs a moment. Looks like his internet might be hiccuping on him just a little bit, so he'll reconnect in a sec. It's been a tough lane for him. Sitting at 44 and 6 CS right now. A little bit ahead, though, still, because of the constant pressure being placed down on Yuar. Sitting at 43 and 18. So he's doing a pretty decent job, although every time he goes and tries to step toe-to-toe with Lelis, it's not looking good. And Lelis does have his level 6 online now, so you can assume that he'll be roaming around a little bit, trying to find those opportune moments to get duels in.
Yep, and he's got a couple of good targets. Either a Moon Meander who rolls in too far and misses his roll. There's, of course, also the most juicy one, which is Brawl, who is unfortunately going to be hunted for most of this game by both Quinn as well as Lelis. He's got a hard game in front of him.
Yes, he does.
You just have to hope that with the Thunder God's Wrath, you can kill him faster than they kill you. That's basically Zeus's MO. And I'm curious to see if he's going to invest in Ayul's Scepter, for example, because I'd really like him to get some additional safety measures apart from just an Aether Lens.
No, I'll agree with that. He needs some other way to stay alive, get a little bit more mana regen too, but...
Until the backup comes in.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's a little bit worrisome to me too is you look at the supports coming out from the side of Crazy. These are not supports that are going to be able to really save him that often. So he's got to just hug everything very, very tightly. Make sure they have all the vision because, you know, Moon Meander, he rolled on in towards that mid gank, but he wasn't able to save him. And then what's the Silencer going to do? If his global silence is down, he's going to just wave and say, "Hi, guys. I'm watching my core die."
Pretty much.
Till they get some of those defensive items, maybe a Glimmer Cape or like a Force Staff, which will eventually happen, but...
Pretty much. And it's like, normally Aoi would have the saving role. We've seen that time and time again in Crazy's drafts. They would have at least one form of heal or sustain or damage mitigation over on Aoi. He does not have that right now. He's just an R button and some right-click damage.
Yeah, he did trade off for something that's not typical that we see for him playing generally. Yeah, everyone's saying be careful with the restart of the PC. You don't want it to be a Lelis situation where the bug came in and he couldn't reconnect.
Oh god.
That would be one hell of a way to lose this life.
That would be the cherry on top, wouldn't it?
That would track at this point. Hopefully though, fingers crossed, knock on wood. It'll be
Don't let us down, Valve. Don't do it. Not right now.
Not now. Don't do it.
Not when we need something to be stable.
We have had a couple hiccups, right? Yoar was having trouble with his internet earlier. Now we're having a reboot here. Shout out to these players, especially shout out to Crazy. They've been playing all day.
They have been.
Yeah, they had 2 games.
It's got to be wearing at them at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely has to. But they're putting on a good effort here. They're hanging in there. Okay, come on, buddy. It's reconnected, so that's a good sign. And it looks like Aoi says we're good to go. All right. Wait, nope. We got debated.
Oh no. Come on, guys. I need this. Give me the Dota.
Yep. Okay, we're good to go now.
Are they gonna give it the unpause? There we go. Okay. So, let's see. If Quinn gets a rune here, yes, he does. I think he's going to go straight towards top. There's level 6 on Lelis as well. This could be so fast, but no. Just a mid creep wave for now, and Aoi teleported bottom.
I'm probably taking advantage of, you know, the fact he can just farm up a little bit longer. No harm, no foul. The roll in, though, again, coming up from Moon Meander, just a little bit off the mark. We'll turn back around here over onto Yoar. They'll throw out a Gale. But again, they're just not finding these kills.
There, but if they do the pressure right, at the very least they'll get some TP rotations or regular rotations towards bot. What is MSS doing there?
I don't know. I guess he thought that maybe he could contribute here. Khezu, though,
slowed
down quite a bit, and that is, they find themselves a kill. No egg required, which is good because he's only level 5.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But that is a little bit of pressure off of Braille on the mid, a little bit of time for HFN. It's unfortunate to lose Khezu for it though, because he's the only one who had a relatively solid position on that bottom lane, and now he's going to go into mid as well. Have to defend here.
SVG throwing out the slow. Bryle trying the best he can. Can they get the kill on SVG? Yes, they'll find it. MSS though looking. The power shot comes
from downtown.
And there's going to be the roll in though coming out from Moon Meander. They hold him over to the tree. But now Quinn, he's left all alone. He gets himself a double kill, and they just don't have any stuns. They have no way to cancel out the TP.
Oh no. Oh no. That is pretty much the worst case scenario.
That is. So it feels bad for sure.
At least I get to hold the mid tower. But HFN also needed to come into that. And once again, that's Quincy Crew getting the initiative on the mid lane, pressing that button like, hey, come defend it. Getting out with 2 kills while the Morphling gets to just hit creep spawn.
Again, the jump over into the mid lane, just making the plays on Bryle to hold him in the place. The roll does not connect over on Moon. He's just a little bit too far over as SVG body blocking him. They have the egg. KZU trying to put down the damage, but he can't do it fast enough. He is going to fall as the egg pops. And now the roll forward coming out from Moon Meander, just trying to find the space. But look at this Quinn. He's hot on his heels. He's trying to just bottle through. Might be able to go land a shackle. No, it starts with the power shot here. Can they find this? Looking like it's gonna be real good because they slow him down. Oh, not quite gonna be able to body block, but they do manage to go shackle. Power shot comes through. Easy breezy.
Quinn is going to have this MKB at an absolutely ludicrous timing. He is going to deal unbelievable amounts of damage. I don't actually think that anyone on Crazy can stand up to that.
He's activated his anime mode, as Neff would say. He's ready to fight. Little Brazilian high five here in the top lane. Pretty nice, but I think maybe we'll see a duel coming out soon because Quinn's making his way top. Look at this HFN. They start open with the duel. They're probably not going to be able to get the duel damage, but they should be able to find the kill on HFN because they'll use the focus fire. This is looking pretty damn good right now, but he jumps into the Cardi, and he's going to have to wheel on out Autobots.
Seeing a life stealer drive off like that is never going to be not funny.
He's wishing that was a Bugatti.
Oh yes. This will have to do though.
This will do nicely.
So what do we got over on Bryle? Nothing just yet except null tallies, null tallies, null tallies.
Meander and KZU making their own rotation. Do see Lelis, but you've got MSS in the vicinity. It seems like they know what they want to do here. Smoke comes out. They're looking for a pickoff. Quinn leading the way. They're looking for Bryle. Bryle's already TP'd out though. He's like, I want nothing to do with this. Moon Meander though, they'll turn back around. They don't really want him, but they'll have to deal with it. So get a nice shackle off, couple plings, and it's a dead Moon Meander. Yuar will get the kill.
He meandered straight into them, didn't he?
He did.
It's getting late.
And SVG gets a kill on Owie. Although HFN, though, feasting away. Lelis just doesn't have that many. He was trying to go in for a duel, it looks like, but didn't manage to secure it. So we'll have to back away from the lifestealer for the time being.
Let's see what the lifestealer is actually going to build. That is an armlet flying in.
Appears to be the case. Swoop in over in the mid lane with the egg. Quinn's just going to town on Bryle. That's a dead Zeus. KZU also getting spotted. Icarus dive will slow him down. Meander's here though, but it's not looking good for KZU because Quinn gets himself yet another kill. That is a double kill. They'll use the overgrowth and they'll just slaughter Moon Meander. SVG punches him in the teeth and says, see you later. God, Quinn is just on fire. 8-0-2 right now. This Wind Ranger is super scary.
He is, and the biggest problem is that there is 2 saving supports behind this guy getting out of control. If he plays with his teammates, there is no way he should ever die, even if Crazy set up some convoluted scheme to get to him with all of Zeus's burst damage. And it's not actually a Yules, I saw that wrong. That's an Aether Lens coming for Bryle. Which is sure, it gets him a little bit of extra range, but at this point I'm not sure how much it's gonna do for him. Look at this.
Especially when they keep doing things like this, right? Yeah, power shot, he's got the Thundercraft, it doesn't matter, he's just dead. Oh, the follow-up though is a good global silence, he'll be able to clean up the tree. Quinn running away now, MSS, he's looking for his opening, does not have the Icarus dive though, so this is not looking like he's gonna be able to survive. He does have the Sunray, but on the back lines, Quinn, he's just going to town, he manages to find himself yet another double kill, and now HFN trying to run away, trying to regroup here with Owie. Do they have the power shot? That double damage is looking pretty damn nice as they go in for the duel. They need a little bit more damage, and yes, that's gonna be a victory here for Lelis. as they manage to finally take down HFN, but they'll end up losing Lelis first. That's a team wipe on Crazy.
It is, and Quinn gets to escape unharmed through all of that. Double damage still going. MKB in hand before 15 minutes.
Good God.
Yes.
And you have to wonder how much of this is just how tired they... Oh, Bra's Courier gets killed too. How much of this is just fatigue and also, you know, mental warfare, honestly, considering that Crazy had 2 games slip out of their fingers.
It's gonna be so hard, as was that they just don't quite get the ideal draft here.
Meander. You are trying to get the snipe on that.
His damage does not come close to Quinn's right now.
He tried anyways, though. 10k net worth lead at 15 minutes in, Kips.
It's a slaughter. And
It is.
Weirdly enough, this is the kind of game that I expected from Quincy Crew all the way at the start. Like, we were going to see at least one of these, but maybe more. And in that sense, Crazy has overperformed, at least towards my expectations, massively. And even if this is where it stays at, they can be proud of how they played these finals, because the thing about making mistakes is that if you keep pushing yourself to keep making them, you're still learning.
No, I agree with this 100%. I think, you know, this is, they should feel very proud of the fact that they've managed to put Quincy on the ropes so hard,
yep.
Right, in those last 2 games. And yeah, they made some pretty major mistakes, but the fact that it's just the one mistakes that were making them unravel, I think you can still hold your head pretty high here.
They can. And they'll still give this another shot. They bring the full 5-man to this bottom tower, break this open, get some space on the map, work towards that ward that they have here. It's fine to lose a top tower for this. Any breathing space that you can get for yourself right now is going to pay dividends once Quincy Crew is going to try to lock you in your base.
Boy, is that coming fast. They go right into the pit. Look at the damage that they can just chunk down here on Roche. And the shackle to boot. It's a Thunder God draft, but they're not going to be able to get over there in time. They don't have the damage.
No way.
It's done. Quinn, already not able to die, is now even more immortal than before. Absolutely terrifying Daywalker here.
Some of his teammates can die around him though. If HFN just gets to finish this Desolator, he's pretty close to that. I can see a world where your ward just dies to a global silence.
That's possible, but I feel like Quinn's gonna clean up afterwards.
Yes. Let's not kid ourselves here. Quinn is going to clean up. There's no scenario in which they take both of them down unless Quincy Crew fucks up real bad.
Wow!
Real bad.
Alright, the Defiance picked up now for Lelis. This already has that Blink Dagger too, so... They're taking their time on the side of Quincy. They know they don't really have to force anything too hard because they are very ahead.
And they're also favored late game. That's the worst part about all of this for Crazy. They're going to have to put in one of those Herculean efforts again.
Yeah, I mean, they have them. You know that they've got the fighting spirit, but it's hard. Especially, I don't think they've ever been this far behind early in the game like this. Usually they're at least kind of going on par.
Yes. The tools that Quincy Crew has right now for picking fights are just plainly too good. There's almost a Lotus Orb over
they
on
smoke
this Phoenix.
Immediately, look at this. Although HFN, he walks right into it! HFN? Get high ground, my dude.
Moon breaks the smoke. There's a blink on Lelis.
Yeah, that's very scary. Lose interest though, they'll back off.
Just for now, I'm sure. Quinn taking care of the bot lane. The rest of them moving to occupy the jungle again. This is just to make sure that nobody on the side of Crazy farms outside of this triangle. Brawl might die here if he steps even a millimeter too far.
He seems to recognize this though. Very far back. I hear a jump on MSS. So they do manage to find, but they've got double damage over here on Quinn. And look at him, he's just chasing down HFN.
No!
There's no point in trying to go and run away. Quinn just does too much. And he's all by himself right now. Momeander realizing this, though, goes right back in again. There's the silence, but it doesn't matter. It's a double kill. And they're looking to get a triple now here. KZU running away. They've got a lot of nuke damage. Do they have enough, though, to take down Quinn? It's looking like they'll be able to go. They pop the Aegis. In comes Duar, though. They see Aoi should be able to blow him up very, very easily. And there's a creep wave here. This is a tower that belongs to them. BKB gets picked up for Quinn. Still no deaths on this boy, technically.
I don't think he's going to have any. This BKB makes him practically immortal.
Poor Lelis. He's like, I've only got 10 dual damage, guys. Come on. Let me get some of these kills. Or at least let me duel them first.
It's been like this for at least the games that we've seen of him, hasn't it, though? He gets all of the lockdown, but the kills don't actually go his way. Enzo has the Spirit Vessel. There's still item progress being made on Crazy, and these are important parts of the machine, but they're all coming in so late. It's all gonna be so close. I mean, HFN just fell over and died to Quinn.
Well, the double damage was a big part of that. Let's be really honest here. But yeah, yes. Quinn is 13-0-6. Like, this guy has popped off.
He's looking like a Smurf right now.
Yeah, basically. And there's a little bit of an altercation here in the top lane as Bryle forces out the egg here from the Phoenix. He's just gonna walk away. He took so much damage. And I'm sure... Does he go for the Icarus dive? Does he try to find him? He's got this... Yeah, there... Does he realize? Courier doesn't quite spot him. A Lotus Orb is completed for MSS. And while all this is going down, there's another fight as they go. They get the duel over onto KZU. Are they going to get them? Yes, there's the victory going over to the side of Lelis. So he'll get himself a little bit more duel damage. And now they don't have to worry about KZU setting up all of those lovely, lovely wards. Oh, HFN! Immediately Ray just doesn't want to get shackled up.
And man, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the window for the Lifestealer is already closing. Yawar has picked up a piece of his Skadi already, and he's homing in on the next one. And once he's got that, it's going to be extremely hard for HFN to fight him. And Yawar can just do this because he's not required to deal any damage whatsoever. Quinn's got him covered.
That's an understatement almost. Look at this. He's got a haste rune. Was hoping maybe he could grab Bryle, but he's already TP'd away. And over here in the bottom lane, they're getting into position. They're looking for a duel. Lelis blinks forward, finds Moonmeander, although he might have gone just a little bit too far, but Yawar's here. Can they finish off in time? No, the duel does not go the way of Lelis. Buyback coming out now from Moonmeander. They want to try to take this fight. They know that they don't have Lelis. Sunray will do a decent amount of damage, though, to HFN as he jumps over into KZU.
That was the global, though.
It was indeed.
I don't think you can move up in here. SVG and MSS are going to tear you a new one. You just have to back off for now. Or hope that somehow Quincy crew overextends here, but...
It's a full Scotty for Yawar. Oh gosh. Well, they are lucky because Quinn doesn't seem like he's interested in pushing that tower right now. He's going to be pushing in the mid-wave. Looks like he will eventually rejoin. KZU's got that Lifestealer bomb in him, tanking him up just a little bit. Look at Quinn, though, wrapping around the side. Gets the shackle. Not going to connect fully, though, over onto Moonmeander, but they'll force him back. And this tower belongs to the side of Quincy crew. They can't stand here.
They indeed cannot. Well, Bryle's got his boots of troubles. He is going to be able to push out some over on the side here. Maybe grab some attention as well. I'm seeing Quinn and Lelis beeline for, well, exactly his position, actually. Scan is off the mark, though.
A little bit off. They need some wards, I think. I think they need Tinker War. Oh, the power! So close.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Can't TP either. He's still on cooldown.
This happened before, where he was sitting in the trees and MSS's courier passed, like, 3 units over.
So close, yeah.
Dire are scanning.
But here at least you can see the use of getting that bottom tower down, because at the very least HFN gets to have some lane creeps, they get to have a couple of camps, they get some space for maneuvering, and Quincy crew now has to move in behind that creep wave in order to close them off again. Which they are doing.
They just have so much control, though, on this map. It's very, very scary. Look at this SVG. Hunting
This is the scariest
HFN.
part.
And again, he can pierce
HFN?
right through if he wants to cancel out this TP. Doesn't choose to do it, though. Owie, smoked up, looking to try to place down some vision. Pick up some wards. A swoop in, though, with the sun ray. They're hot on his heels.
No.
This is looking like some dual damage, except his blink is on cooldown. Moon Meander will be able to slow them down. Take Lelis back off to the side. Still not looking good, though, because they'll still be able to... Oh, God, Moon just melts. And Quinn running now, chasing after Owie. Doesn't seem to see that he's gone just a little bit more northern.
Owie digging, finds a kobold friend. He's all on his own here.
He is alone. Can they get the shackle, though, is the question. He's still raged up. There's KZU. They'll land it. They don't have the focus fire at the very least. Oh, but the Sunray coming through the BKB. They're going to try to hitch a ride over here into KZU. There it is. There's going to be that focus fire. They're going pretty deep in here. They need one more hit. They'll be able to get the kill on KZU, but they're not going to be able to get the kill on HFN.
Quinn is immortal during his BKB duration.
Quinn just feels immortal, period, right now. They just don't have the tools to deal with him at this time.
Well, if HFN gets a little bit more time, he's going to finish up an MKB of his own, but it's slow going, and it also does not help him against Yawar. They're still just grasping for a way to fight their way out of this 4v5. Never mind when that 5th comes in.
Owie. Oh, Owie.
Owie.
Blink forward into a duel with the Sunray, and that's a dead silencer. There's just no safe spot for you to walk out of this base, it feels. Every time that you try to leave, you're gonna have Lelis on your tail, you're gonna have Quinn there, or you're gonna have Yoar.
You know what the saddest thing is?
What?
KZU has got this spirit vessel to deal with the Morphling.
And no charges.
Yep, the classic. HFN, I would advise you to activate your spidey senses right now.
They have too much damage!
Oh my!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You know, you don't want to think that that's what's going to happen.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you think it's gonna happen or you don't think it's gonna happen. One way or another, you're dead. Good God.
As the doornail.
Indeed.
Quinn is clowning on them.
Yeah,
Really, there are no other terms left for this.
Easy Roche for them. There's no way that Crazy can contest this. It's gonna go right back on Quinn again, too. Oh, never mind. It goes to Yuar. They get the cheese. So I guess they figure Quinn's pretty invincible at this point. We'll just throw it over on Yuar, who is also fairly invincible, but... Lelis, he wants to find some sort of dual damage again.
And the only scenarios here that I see are either Quinn overstaying after his BKB's already popped, or Yawar somehow getting found on low HP when he's full agi. But the thing is, he has no reasons to go full agi right now. He's got no shotgun, there's not going to be any incidents of him morphing for that, so he can just sit at this comfortable 1300 HP range. Oh!
A little bit too late. You wanted that duel.
Well, Crazy are lengthening the game. Somehow.
Uh-oh. Bryle? Quinn's here. He blinks into the trees immediately. Power shot, a little just off the mark again. It's getting very
Meantime, they
lucky.
found HFN in mid.
Yeah, they have. They get enough done here, though, no? Dwar's courier gets killed. It's just the TPs, though. I don't think he's really too concerned about leaving right now, either. He's feeling very much in control of his own destiny.
Double fill.
Oh, boy.
A little bit of a miscommunication there.
A little bit. Now, this tower's just absolutely melting. The jump forward here from UR as he puts out the damage over here onto KZU. There's going to be the swoop in coming out from the Phoenix. And UR's just going deep dives here. Turns himself into his own lifesteal. He can afford to do this. He does. Oh, look at this Quinn coming through with the power shot. They still have the Aegis online for UR too.
I think UR just wanted to show that he
I think he's
too
trying to
is
style here. Lelis
fun.
wants this victory, but he's not going to be able to find the Gun of Sunray. They'll turn back around again. Can they go back in for the duel? They want this. Lelis finding Moon Meander. He's very, very tanky. They're going for a full-on dive here, but Moon Meander, he will pop. And now HFN, the only one left. They're going in for the duel. They call the GG. Quincy Crew winning the series 3-1. But I think all of us can agree CR4ZY put up one hell of a fight, and honestly, if it weren't for those two mistakes, that game, the series, this grand finals, would have belonged to them.
It would have, and you gotta take the risks in order to even get to the point that you can throw it all. I've run into this exact same problem with several of my teams where people are just, once they get in the lead, it is so hard to finish without feeling that, you know, if you lose, you did it to yourself. Mm-hmm. But you gotta be in the lead first to throw. You gotta be taking all of these risks and having them pay off. And we saw from them in the first game that they can play super tight, super organized Dota. And yeah, maybe the exhaustion plays a part. Maybe the ping plays a part. At any rate, it's going to be memed as these throws from CR4ZY. And it was quite unbelievable to see that happen twice in a row. But at the same time, if I'm them, this is one hell of a learning experience.
I think at the end of the day, yes, you know, I think a lot of it had to do with mental exhaustion. General exhaustion, of course, too, you know. But just CR4ZY, they put on such a good show. You know, everyone was saying it's going to be 3-0 again. Quincy Crew is going to totally run away with the show. But CR4ZY, they put up such a good fight. And again, these two errors are going to come back to haunt them. But at the same time, they got that far. They got to the point where it was just on one tiny mistake. They could have won. They could have won this whole grand finals, all of BTS Pro Series here for the Americas edition. They were so close to it. So they have to feel proud about that. But at the same time, they're going to feel the loss. They're going to feel real shitty, to be really honest, because they had this in their hands. And unfortunately, just those mistakes came back to bite them. Quincy Crew, though, they win this. But at the same time, they got to be feeling a little sweaty right now, Kips. Mm-hmm. Because CR4ZY's got their number. They were coming for them. And yes, they popped off at the end. You are 11-0-6. Quinn 18-0-8. Like, they played like rock stars in this last game. But those other 3 games had them on the ropes. They're not looking like they're so, you know, they're not sitting as pretty as they used to be. They know now you can draw blood against these guys if you know how to find those little cracks in their armor, if you play aggressive enough. And that's something that really should be celebrated, for sure, for CR4ZY. But Quincy Crew, they hang on to that crown. They are still the kings of the Americas. But for how long is the big question.
Definitely. Teams are going to look at what CR4ZY did here and take the lessons away from that, just as CR4ZY is going to do themselves. And Quincy Crew knows that they were not in charge of this series, not until the very final game. And at the very least, that's going to give them incentives to pick up their training, see what they can do, because this must be a learning experience for them as well. And it's been a very long time that since they've been tested this hard, at least out in the open. We don't know what's happening in scrims in the meantime, of course. But I can't wait to see what evolves out of this. This is only a temporary endpoint after all. It's another crown for Quincy Crew, but it comes with a little note that says you might have to hand this in next time.
I will say, though, too, you know, we're talking about how CR4ZY's been playing very, very well. Quincy Crew also playing excellent Dota. And they're also, you know, they're outlasting, too. You know, it starts to feel like, oh, my God, are we even going to be able to win this? You know, what do we need to do to just make sure that we don't throw away this victory? And they kept going the entire time. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty. There were some mistakes that happened. But generally speaking, they still played excellent Dota. Did get a little throwy towards, you know, game number 3 when we had, a 90-minute game where it was going a little back and forth. But generally speaking, you know, you can't take away this victory from Quincy Crew either. So congratulations going out to Quincy Crew, holding on to that crown despite, having a couple connection issues and whatnot. And then, crazy, GG, well played. Like there's no shame in, drawing blood from the giant, right? We've got David and the Goliath here, but have to come back another time, have to see if they can, tighten things up a little bit, but they looked good. So that's going to be it from us for tonight, guys. I know it's morning for Kips. Kips, thank you so much for casting. I believe her day started at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It is now, 6, 7 a.m.? Where you are?
It is 7 in the morning, yes.
Yeah, God bless, girl. Thank you so much, though. You made it. We made it through all of this.
Yes.
We got a full 4 games, which I think a lot of people were not expecting. We had fantastic games as well. Very exciting. And then shout out to our production, our obs, Pythian. This has been a long day for him as well. Thank you for, being there for us and keeping everything nice and smooth. And especially thank you guys for sticking it out, for watching, this full grand finals. Also, everyone watching the lower bracket final. Shout out to Monster for keeping us energized the whole time. He's, of course, one of our sponsors for the BTS Pro Series. But that's it for Americas. So keep your eyes on Crazy because they're looking amazingly good. And then, congratulations again going out to Quincy Crew. Have a great night or wherever you are. Good morning or whatnot. I'll see you guys.